Now with Accent Consult. Today we'll be talking about the importance of cybersecurity for business owners. I mean, if we are telling you about how to grow your business, how to do so many things, but we are not teaching you to be at par with current digital trends, that is technological trends, then I think that we are not doing you so much good. And so it's very important for us to teach you the importance of being cyber aware and being cyber conscious, that is, you're being cyber security conscious. So today, that's what I'll be taking you on: cyber security for business owners. And now, according to a research carried out by Cybersecurity Intelligence Index, the total cost of cybercrime committed globally reached $6 trillion as of 2021. You and I know this is 2022, so let's just imagine how much that would have tripled. So all security incidents, of course, involve some kind of human error, and so it becomes imperative for us to discuss and find ways to mitigate these human errors that result in various security breaches in the cyberspace. Cybersecurity refers to the application of technologies, processes, and controls to protect systems, networks, programs, devices, and data from cyber attacks. I know that might be like too much English for some people that are not tech bros or techies, but just stay with me. I would break it down as we go on with this live session. So cybersecurity awareness, I'm sure you must have heard when I mentioned that you need to be cyber security aware or cyber aware. But let's just say cybersecurity awareness is how much technological users or technology users know about cyber threats, cyber risks, and cyber best practices. And before we proceed, I'd like to share with you some misconceptions that people have about cybersecurity, that is, some notions that are wrong about cybersecurity. Now, one of these notions is that many business owners believe that they don't have so much money and so they cannot be targets of cyber attackers. Okay, before we even go to that, there is a very common wrong notion. Maybe as we go on, I would elaborate on it, but that, cyber security is the responsibility of people that are in the technological space, that is tech bros or techies. And so as a normal person or as a business owner, maybe a trader on Instagram, you don't need to be cyber aware. Well, that's a very wrong notion. And as we go on, I'll show you how cybersecurity is your responsibility, how cybersecurity is your business. So like I was saying, many business owners believe that they don't have so much money and so they cannot be targets of cyber attackers. Unfortunately, every technology user is exposed to cyber attack just by virtue of using the internet. So are you on this live session? You are a possible or a prospective victim of cyber attack. So long as you use technology for banking, which every one of us do, for entertainment, for learning, for trading of products and services, you are at risk of cyber attack. That is, you only need to exist in the cyberspace to be a victim of cyber attack. The second misconception people have is that this one is very funny because many of us are guilty of it. Imagine, okay, now you just recently got a laptop and then you want to install an antivirus in your laptop or maybe an application, and then because you don't want to have to subscribe to these softwares, you get a cracked version, that is a dubbed version, and then you put it on your system and expect that it will be as effective as the original. And unfortunately, this is not true, because all these cracked versions, they go out of date. And if you and I are very conversant with how technology is growing, we'll know that cyber threats and cyber attacks evolve with technology. Some cyber threats that were happening before, were the in thing before, now they've heightened their scope of operation, and using softwares that are backdated would not solve those technology or cyber threats in this age. And so it's very important that, as a technology user, if you're going to get an antivirus or anything, you have to ensure that you do not get the cracked version. That is, you get one that you can update, because the developers of these softwares, they are trying to like catch up with cyber threats and cyber attacks and how they're evolving, and then they are updating these softwares to cater for the needs of the current cyber attacks or cyber threats or cyber safety or cyber best practices basically. And so when you've already downloaded the cracked version, you don't get news on updates, you don't get anything at all, so you're just still living in the past basically. And of course, cyber attacks, cyber threats, cyber criminals will catch up with you, and then they put you at risk of cyber attack or being a victim of cyber attack here. So the third thing I'll be talking about today is cybersecurity. Okay, I think I mentioned this before, that cybersecurity, the misconception that cybersecurity is within the purview of only technological professionals. And contrary to this misconception, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility, and much more your responsibility as a business owner. Okay, the fourth misconception I'll be talking about today is that using personal information as your password is safe. Unfortunately, this is not correct. So what we are talking about today is how you can be safe on the internet, how you can use technology and be safe, how you can protect yourself from harm, because everybody is in the metaverse. We all know about the metaverse. Everybody is digital now, so you exist even more in the digital space than you exist in your reality. Many people have a different life, or many people are more present on the internet than they are in their reality. And so you need to protect yourself, you need to protect your personality, your reputation, your business, your property. Yes, because now we even have digital property, so you need to protect yourself. So using your personal information as your password is not safe, because there can be a data breach. Someone can get your date of birth. If you're one of those people that use your name and your date of birth as your password, someone can access this thing and then use it to breach your confidence or breach your data, and do a lot of things with your account. You hear people say that, oh, their account was hacked, oh, they locked them out of their accounts. If your password was strong enough, maybe you would not have fallen victim of that attack. And it's much more like I will still be telling you about how that even a password, even a strong password, is not enough. Not now talk of when your password is weak. So that you must ensure that you don't use your personal information as your password, because it's easy for people to guess. And trust me, cyber criminals are not stupid people. They are people that are actually smart, but they've decided to use their wits and their skills in the wrong way. So you need to be a step ahead of them. You need to be smarter than them. You don't want to offer yourself as a piece of cake to them, such that they can compromise your data and you'll be at loss for it. Okay, so the fifth thing I'm talking about today is using the same password across all your online accounts puts you at a high risk of cyber attack, as cyber criminals can easily compromise multiple accounts that belong to you and cost you money, loss of customers, and a variety of other losses. Like I said earlier, imagine if you have a weak password and then you now use this password across all your online accounts. The minute they compromise one account, they have access into every other account that you run or own as a business owner. And what does this cost you? It costs you money trying to retrieve the account. Imagine if you've grown the account to a stage where the account is generating a lot of revenue for you, and then someone breaches compromises the account. You want to get it back. How do you get it back? You spend so much money, so much time that can be converted to money, time you could have spent doing other things to push your business forward or to generate more revenue, and it causes you a lot of other losses, like psychological loss, because you'll be traumatized. You'll be thinking of 1,001 ways the person can use the information they have to hurt you. Okay, so the sixth thing I'm talking about today is that a strong password is more than enough to keep you secured from any risk in cyberspace. Again, this is a wrong notion, because it is not always the case. So let me give you the analogy of everybody lives in a house. I assume everybody lives in a house, and then we have windows, and we have nets that protects us from outsiders basically, or mosquitoes, insects, anything. There's just that barrier. Okay, this is now this is my safe haven, nobody can come in. There's your window, yes, But you go one step further to put your burglary. There's a burglary proof. Yeah, you have your burglary proof after you put your net. And some people even still have wood that they use with the net and all of that. So all those precautions, bring it to the cyberspace. Bring it, like, it's similar to cybersecurity. So when you have a strong password, that's not enough. Have a two-factor authentication system, such that even when you input your password, maybe you have your biometrics, something to verify that okay, it is you that is trying to log into this account, it's you that is trying to do something on this account, such that it's not okay. Let me also give you an instance. Maybe someone is trying to like hack into your account, and then they already got your password, or they were able to like compromise your account. Maybe not compromise your account just yet, but they got your password already. But the minute they see that okay, you have burglary proof, that is your two-factor authentication on all your online accounts, they are discouraged. It's just the same way a thief will be discouraged from burgling a house with burglary proofs than one that does not have, because you think of, oh, if I start to hack down this burglary proof, it would create noise, people will wake up, a lot of things can happen, and the person like, let me just leave this person and move on to the next house. Maybe they won't have burglary proofs, and then I can easily just do whatever I want to do. So that way you have protected yourself in that instance. So a strong password is not always enough. You need more than a strong password to ensure your cybersecurity is intact. You must use a multi-factor authentication on all your online accounts as much as is practicable. Okay, so now we'll be going on to the importance of cybersecurity to you as a business owner. As I mentioned earlier, summarily now, cybersecurity is anything you need to do to protect yourself from any form of harm in cyberspace. What kind of harm can come to you? I think broadly, the harms that can come to you can be said to be cyber attack. What is a cyber attack? A cyber attack is any attempt to gain unauthorized access to a computer, a computing system, or a computer network with the intention to cause damage, including stealing money, data, disruption of services, and so on to the original owner of that account. Why should you care about cyber attacks as a business owner? Now, cyber attacks can cause you the following damages as a business owner. The first thing it can cause you is financial loss, covering the cost of response and recovery of your account if it was breached, the cost of loss of productivity, like I said earlier, time and energy you could have converted or you could have poured into making more revenues will be poured into trying to recover your account. Loss of revenue, because of course that's the aftermath of you not putting in time and energy into your business. It can also cost you legal and PR costs. How does it cost you legal costs? Imagine if you are handling your customers' data and then there's a data breach from your end. Maybe someone compromised your files, or someone compromised your account and accessed your customers' data and their information, confidential information they gave to you in confidence. We all know about data privacy. I would assume we all know about that data privacy. If we don't, we would look for a way to communicate that knowledge to us. Okay, so imagine that your customers' data has been breached, and then they institute an action against you, because of course they are entitled to data privacy, and you have told them that you're going to protect their data from any form of compromise or breach. So that's on you. That's why you need to be cyber aware and security conscious in the cyberspace. Also, the second thing is that it can cause you loss of customers' confidential information, like I said, and in turn that can even bring legal liability to you. The third thing it can do is cost you reputation damage, because imagine if you've grown your business to a stage where you've built a reputation and somehow it's compromised, like your system is compromised. That just makes your customers lose their confidence in you, and that's bad for your reputation, because nobody wants to work with a business organization that cannot keep their house together, that cannot be conscious enough about their or be security conscious enough about their systems and their customers' information. So I can't trust you with my information if I know that you don't have proper security systems in place. It would also cost you a loss of productivity because it destabilizes you, for one. Then it can also cost you legal liability by customers whose data have been breached by virtue of the compromise of your cyberspace. And lastly, it can, no, it's not exhaustive. This list is not exhaustive, but it can also cost you business continuity problems. Because imagine that, all your accounts are compromised and then you are not able to retrieve it. Somewhere you lose the morale to even keep, doing business or to push or fight for your business. So all those things can be demoralizing and discouraging, such that your business may eventually not continue. Now, what are the top 5 cybersecurity threats to you as a business owner? The first thing I'll be talking about under this is online scam. Like, everybody knows online scam. Okay, maybe not everybody has been a victim of online scam before, but we all know online scam, and some people have been unfortunate enough to be victims of online scam. So some examples of online scams include phishing. That is phishing, phishing. That is deception via email. So you see all these people sending you email, professor something from so university is sending you this email that they held so money in trust for you, and then they just need you to send so amount of money for you to access the trust fund that they've kept for you. And it's very ridiculous, because I would not want to believe that some people actually fall prey of these things, but it's what it is anyway. So we also have smishing, SMISHING, that is deception via text messages, WhatsApp and other SMS platforms. Then we have vishing, VISHING, deception done over a voice call. So imagine someone calls you that, oh, okay, I'm calling from your bank, I want you to send me the OTP that was sent to your phone. We're trying to help you secure this, secure your account is about to be blocked, all those things. It's part of online scam. And if you are going to be cyber aware, you need to be very aware of these things. You need to be on your toes. You need to be thinking on your feet, because all these cyber criminals are out to get you as a cyber user. So you need to be smarter than they are. Other forms of online scam include identity theft. So for some people that are saying, oh, I don't have money, I'm not so rich, so I cannot be a victim of cyber attack, they can steal your identity. We have, okay, so let me just tell you a story of one of my secondary school classmates. We just got it was on the group on our platform, and then someone came up to say that, oh, Talani, is this you, or is this from you? We keep receiving these messages from this person. And it's like, oh no, it's not me. They stole his identity, and then they are using that identity to perpetrate fraud. How? They're asking people for money. Oh, guy, can you quickly borrow me so amount of money? So you see that your identity is worth a lot of money, because they can use it to scam your friends, use it to scam your colleagues, and use it to scam your everybody, your family members. They can just scam anybody that is emotionally attached to you and would want to help you. Because if you're in need and you're my friend, I want to help you, but if I don't know it's a scam and I send it to the person, I assume I'm helping my friend. So it's very important for you to be cyber security conscious. They can also steal your credit card. Credit card theft is also a form of online scam. Advance payment fraud. They say, oh, before we do this, before we ship these goods to you, you need to make advance payments, and suddenly you make advance payment and they blocked you on all their social media platforms or whatever platform you were using to communicate with them. Investment scams, cryptocurrency, everybody that wants to do forex. Of course, there are people that do forex the right way, but we know many people, many Nigerians, because they want to double their money, they're falling victim of investment scams. So it's time for you to be cyber aware. You need to know what's going on. The world is evolving, like everybody is going digital, and so if you're going digital, the same way you take security measures physically, like as a person, you must learn to take security measures also on the cyberspace. Okay, so the next cybersecurity threat I'll be talking about is ransomware. This is very interesting because The same way you can kidnap people physically, you can also kidnap in the digital space. So what is a ransomware? A ransomware is a form of malware that is an harmful code that locks your data and disrupts your system, rendering your system inaccessible. So for instance, they hack into your system and then they're able to lock you out of your system. And imagine you going to work and nobody can do anything at work because all the systems are shut. Like everybody has been shut out of their system. You cannot answer emails, you cannot initiate transactions, you can't do anything at all. And then this cyber criminal is asking you to pay a particular amount of money, that's a ransom, to give you access back, into your files. So it is what it is. It's what is happening, in the cyberspace. The third thing we'll be talking about under cybersecurity threats are botnets. What are botnets? Botnets are networks of hijacked computers and devices infected with harmful codes and remotely controlled by a hacker. It is also a way through which you can suffer a ransomware attack. That is, a botnet can be the way a cyber criminal can bring in a ransomware into your system. So this botnet, now for people that like free Wi-Fi's and you just go somewhere, you just quickly connect to the Wi-Fi. That is a way a botnet can find its way into your phone, and then someone has already compromised your phone and you are not even aware, which is very sad. So if you are always quick to connect to any free Wi-Fi you see outside, I think you should take a just pause and have some self-control, because you are actually putting your phone, your system, anything, even your watch, your smartwatch, can be compromised by botnets. So the fourth thing I'll be talking about is business email compromise. And business email compromise is where a cyber criminal poses to be the legitimate owner of the account, that is the email account, and carries out fraudulent transactions on such accounts. So imagine the person poses to be the CEO of a company, and then is conversing with the accountant. Okay, initiate this amount, send it to this person, send it to this person. Of course, the accountant believes that she's talking to her CEO, and the person would have committed a lot of fraudulent activities before anybody is aware. And so that is why, even if you're a small business owner, you still need to be cyber aware and cyber security conscious, because of course you would want to expand. Even in your little way, you can still be attacked. So just start culturing yourself to be cyber aware and cyber security conscious. Now we also have digital extortion. Digital extortion is like a form of blackmail, whereby they have okay, let me say for instance, they compromise your data. And then they're like, oh, we have so information about you. We got it from maybe your email, something. We hacked into your system and we got this, that if you don't pay so amount of money, we are going to release it to the public. And they just put you on that. They make you agitated to want to pay. Like, oh, okay, where should I pay this amount into or anything? So digital extortion is also one of the cybersecurity threats that you are exposed to by just virtue of you using the cyberspace. And it's very important again that you are cyber aware, because if you're not cybersecurity conscious or cybersecurity aware, you expose yourself to all these things and you do not even know that you're exposing yourself through your actions and your inactions. Okay, so I would go on to teach you or explain to you how to protect yourself from cyber attacks. So first thing I would be saying today is know how to identify scam emails from legitimate ones. Why is it important for you to know how to identify scam emails from legitimate ones? Because sometimes these scam emails contains links. Maybe when they send you the scam email, your system has not been compromised. But the minute you click on certain links, they have access into your entire system. So you must know when know how to identify scams from legitimate. So is this like a newsletter you always get, or is it just out of the blues? Did you subscribe to this? Did you be conscious, be alert, know what you're doing in the cyberspace, own your cyberspace basically. Also, the second thing I'll be talking about today is backup and secure your files online and offline. Then strengthen your home network and avoid using public Wi-Fi. I think that's self-explanatory, and I think I also explained how that using public Wi-Fi can be harmful to you as a cyberspace user. Also, use strong passwords, but like I mentioned earlier, strong passwords are not like a one-way thing. So after you use your strong passwords, you use two-factor authentication on all your online accounts. Also, install and use a good antivirus. Don't go and get a cracked one, because when you get a cracked one, when it's time for you to update it, you would not be able to update it, and cyber attacks, cyber threats will be evolving, but your antivirus would still be operating in the 90s, for the lack of a better expression. Yeah, so the 8th thing is, don't download files, applications or softwares from questionable websites. So look for legitimate websites that that your network is secure, that they are legitimate basically, and download from there. Don't always be looking for free things and then put yourself at risk just because of a minute's pleasure. Yeah, so the 9th thing I would say is, watch out for red flags such as unexplained urgencies, last minute changes to wire transfer instructions, or changes in mode of communication, or refusal to communicate via video calls. Now, as a business owner, we know that all these things are like things we engage in every time, because you buying and selling, you have people transfer money to you online. So you're like, okay, send the money to, or you even transfer money to people. Imagine you're buying stuff from someone, you transfer money to them. Oh, the person like, oh, don't send it to this account again, send it to this. Or the person is giving you an account completely different from the business page you're communicating with. So it's just really insane that they just make that last minute correction, like, or change. Okay, don't transfer it to this, transfer it to this. Then you should ask questions. Okay, why are you changing it? Okay, why does your account not have the business or your business's name? Okay, why are you doing this? Ask questions, because it's your money, so you have the right to ask those questions. Also, maybe the person is saying, oh, let's communicate, we always communicate via WhatsApp. Then suddenly you're like, oh, let's change mode of communication. Ask your questions. Okay, I want to get on a video call with you, I want to see my goods, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, why don't you want us to get on these video calls? Ask your questions. It's part of being cyber security conscious and cyber aware. So conclusively today, cyber security is your responsibility as a business owner, and you must ensure to adopt best practices in your use of the internet to protect yourself, your customers, and all those around you from cyber attack. Thank you for joining us today. Till next Wednesday, we are the Entrepreneurs Corner, brought to you by